From electric bike to electric cars to electric buses, you have seen all plying on Indian roads, but now you will see these electric buses, those which will be running at Delhi Airport. But what are the plans? Because Celebi Airport Services is the agency, is the firm which is going to deploy these electric buses at Delhi Airport. But going forward, what is going to be the plan? Joining with me is India CEO. So many thanks for talking to us. And my first question would be that Celebi in ground handling, in airport services, you have got a very long history. But now when electric vehicle is the new buzz in the town, how you are going to get these electric buses for the customers, for the air passengers, and the forthcoming plans?
So Samir, it's buses is just one part of the story.
Okay.
We've been actually deploying electric solutions and equipment all across our airport since we came into existence here.
Okay.
We brought in international standards. We've been working closely with a lot of manufacturers as well, who are able to research and develop and understand which kind of an equipment can be actually converted to an electric version.
Okay.
And this is one of the outputs of that. We've got tugs, we've got the loaders, we've got the step ladders, we've got electric four-wheeler cars which we have bought from Indian companies, and we've also developed local manufacturers giving them our international specs to be able to come out with electric solutions. So buses is one of our most recent acquisitions.
Is it for the first time that electric buses will be running
by a ground handler? This is the first time an electric bus is going to be deployed at an airport, and we will start with Delhi Airport, which is one of our largest operations in the country. And we intend to then bring this to the other airports as well, in Goa, in Bangalore, in Hyderabad. And our vision is very clear that whatever can be used in an electric format will be used in an electric format. And whatever is not available in an electric format, we engage with our vendors and our manufacturers to be able to develop solutions which are acceptable from all norms.
Okay, talking about the numbers, so how many electric buses you will start with when it comes to Delhi Airport, and going forward, what are the numbers that you are looking at?
So we've currently ordered 12,
Okay.
and we intend to deploy at least 4 of them in Delhi to start with. We will put in a couple of units in Goa, which is a new airport we've been awarded in Mopa. We will take probably a couple to Bangalore as well. So we are using 2 different manufacturers to see how the output from these manufacturers is, because this is a new solution as such. And one is from JBM, one is from Tata's, and we are hopeful that they both will be damn good. So we are fine to kind of share our entire order load between the 2 entities, but we will be viewing their outputs as well and taking a call as time goes. So right now we've ordered 12. So each of these costs close to around 1.4 crores each of the units. So it's an expensive piece of equipment, but with our vision clearly that it doesn't matter what the price is, there is always a delta when you look for an electric model, and we are willing to pay that delta. We have
And
set
when we
aside
talk
a
about the
fund.
customers, so you have got domestic as well as international airlines as your customer. Who are going to be the beneficiaries?
So we have close to around 60 customers in India that we provide support to, either in the terminal or in the air side. So there is a long list of them. So I don't want to get into the specifics of who the customers are, but we have domestic airlines as well. We have international airlines who are providing ground handling services by us. So all of them would be beneficiary of this product. This product is definitely environmentally friendly. I mean, that's a no-brainer. But in terms of whole physical experience, as you would typically know when you travel, the buses are pretty noisy. These are diesel-operated buses with a separate air conditioning unit at the back. When these buses switch on, you won't even know that these buses are actually running. The other day when I got into the bus, I asked the driver to switch on the engine. He says it's already on, sir. So that's the experience that a passenger would really get. But otherwise, it's purely a vision-driven thing. The government is also mandating very clearly that we want to be carbon neutral in some time, and a zero carbon maybe by 2030 or so.
So long-term vision, maybe 3 years down the line or 5 years down the line, do you think so that electric buses, the numbers will jump a lot? You want to reach to some specific number?
I think it's very clear. I think all the new buses that will come into the airports now will be eventually electric.
Okay.
We also have a recently announced policy on how the ground handling equipment in the airport ecosystem would be.
Okay.
All our stakeholders within the aviation ecosystem have partaked in the discussions with the ministry. Ministry has taken out a policy note as well. And in that, the mandate is very clear that all of us, as we change over equipment, if there is an electric option available, we have to choose the electric option. If it's not there, then we can we can move on till such time there is such an option available. But if there is a lifespan of an existing equipment which can take you for another couple of years, you can stretch it. but some of us want to do it expeditiously if we can, without really waiting for all the time to get spent.
Switching on from electric buses to taxi boat, which is standing right beside me. So this taxi boat, it has got number of advantage for as a service provider or even to the airlines. Currently, what you understand that only two airlines, Spicejet and AirAsia, they are using this taxi boat service. Are you in talks with a couple of other airlines as well? And going forward, how you want to expand the taxi boat service in India?
So we currently have 3 units in India. We are the first ones in the world to deploy this technology, and airlines can save substantial amount of money on the fuel that they will save till the takeoff point, because engines don't run when the taxi bot is taking the plane to the takeoff point. Plus the engine cycles that happen, that also delivers an element of saving because engines are not running during that time. So there is a dual advantage here for an airline. Apart from that, clearly it does not burn fossil fuel driven aviation fuel. So this is the solution that will deliver you that. We've got 3 units, as I said, 2 in Delhi, 1 in Bangalore.
Okay.
And I will correct you a little bit. We have 4 customers right now. We have 2 freighter operators and 2 passenger operators who have signed with us. We are in close discussions with a couple of more airlines, including Air India. Air India has shown keen interest. They were one of our flagship trial operators when we brought the taxi bots in.
Okay.
And the Air India management was very keen to use this and see how this works. We did that. There are some technical requirements that have to be done within the aircraft. Those switches have been incorporated now by Air India in a couple of planes. And we are hoping to start Air India operations as well sometime pretty soon.
Okay.
So right now we have 2 active passenger carriers and 2 freighter operators who are using this service.
And my last question would be, see, Celebi has a very strong position when it comes to the ground handling or the airport services that you provide. Seeking the larger picture, the aviation sector is quite growing. Post-COVID, the recovery pace is quite good, which has been shown through various figures or data. Your understanding that where could be 3 years, 5 years down the line, you understand that the sector is growing and where you want to see yourself on a long-term basis?
So we clearly see India as a big opportunity. India has substantially, exponentially grown over the years in this sector in specific. And I think with the airports getting privatized in the first phase, the value of subsector stakeholders like us was seen by the government and the airport operators. That's how we came into existence. And we have grown from starting at Bombay to now we will be in Goa, which will be our 8th airport. We hope to be in a couple of large airport authority airports as well. So we cover close to around 60% of the air traffic movement, and we provide services to those planes today. At least those are captive to us in terms of providing service to them. So we see a great future for India. And I think with stakeholders like us, and I think there's something I was telling someone the other day, pre-COVID, there was an available business to all of us. It went to a bit of a trough because of the situation that COVID dwelt on us. But post-COVID, while Europe struggles a bit with resource non-availability and all that, India has really stood out as an exception. We haven't felt any of those pangs. The passengers haven't struggled. Airlines are not having a tough time. I think the Indian government, the airport operators, the stakeholders like us, and most critically our people, I think we have all stood up to be able to deliver. The recovery is happening at a very fast pace. International flights are close to 70% back to pre-COVID levels. Domestic carriers have also almost come back to pre-COVID levels now. And all that couldn't have happened if post-COVID in terms of a recovery. So we managed our resources well. Our vision to come back and bounce back was very clear how we wanted to do that. And the result is here. So Indian aviation ecosystem is being able to manage this much better than the rest of the world when it comes to post-COVID recovery. So we see a great future. I think we are all set to become the 3rd largest aviation market in the world. So I think all this will only happen with support from stakeholders like all of us. Airports are all set. Privatization is happening in the manner. Air India has been privatized now. So these are all great signs, and we are very optimistic of how things will go.
And being a strong stakeholder, I wish you all the very best. And many thanks for talking to us.
Yeah.
With camera person Devendra, this is Samir Dikshit for ET Now.